welcome back for another video. I'm super excited because today we have another Tommy Sotomayor video. And some of you may be saying, why do you keep doing Tommy Sotomayor videos? Anyways, this is interesting. And let me preface this by saying that I do not agree with everything that the man says. Why? Because it's highly controversial and can get you kicked off of YouTube, apparently. But will I say he's 100% wrong? Of course not, because I'm a logical person.
All right, now apparently y'all like seeing me talk about this disgusting stuff, or y'all got a very strong stomach, because this is sick. My man Douglas Theus sent me this video. Hello everyone, I'm Tommy Sotomayor. I want you to watch as this woman tries to do whatever she can to this black chick's hair. Take a look.
Hey y'all, so I know you're wondering how in the world did we get here? Well, first, my client got her install put in about 4 months ago, and I like for my clients to come to me to get it taken down. So I removed all the tracks, I removed the net, and underneath the net, we had some braids that had been here. Now, since they've been up for a little while, it was a little difficult to take the braids loose. So I had to, pull the hair apart. It was very gentle.
Okay, the screen is so bright that it's hard to see, but like look at the shoulders of this person and the black scarf or smock or whatever that she has on. It is literally covered in tan colored flakes. I don't even know what to speculate that could be. What type of microbe she could have falling from her scalp at this point is utterly disgusting. He was right.
To pull the hair apart, scratch the dandruff off of the scalp, gently separate the hair to get the dirt that's all been gathered together to loosen it up, and that's what you see all over the case. After I scratched the dandruff off of her scalp, and it's nothing abrasive, very light, it was all dry, so if it would have been something wet, I wouldn't have did it. Scratched all that off her scalp, detangled her hair. That's how we did that. Once it was finished, I dusted it all out of her head, and that is it. And remember guys, there's more than one way.
First off, ladies and gentlemen, no one keeps white supremacy or the white standard of beauty alive more than black women. Second off, I want you guys to think about the terminology in which this woman used. Install. Install? Does that sound like something someone would do to their human body? Install. Second, tracks. Unless your name is Dr. Dre or maybe Timberland. DJ Toomp, what's going on? You wouldn't think of tracks, maybe train tracks, but you wouldn't think of, again, human body. Net. Maybe New Jersey or Brooklyn. Maybe something you put on a goal, but still not something you put on a human body. And those are three terminologies that this woman used to describe that disgusting stuff in this woman's head. Now, we were told these were protective hairstyles, and as I asked in the previous video, why don't their protective hairstyles have hair that mimics their own hair? Now, she threw that baby doll hair in her head, and as you heard her say, 4 months. This is atypical, ladies and gentlemen. Black women.
Now, I can personally say that I am in contact with a lot of black women, whether it be my friends, people in my family. I've never known anybody that went 4 months without getting their weave established, if you will. That is an insane amount of time. I don't know if this woman was going through a depressive state or if she just didn't have the money, but oh my God, that is disgusting. So you just went 4 months without cleaning your head to the point where you have caked on thick dandruff and dirt just in your hair like that, and you just walking around like that? Can you imagine the smell as she walked by? And yet we saw the first clip of it, the weave looked fine, but all her hair underneath was like, how is that a protective style? Like, how is that protecting your hair? You're not doing anything for it or with it for several months, but just letting it sit in its own filth. Ew.
Have told me they've been able to keep it in their hair for up to 6 months. 6 months of this caked on, dried up, looking like cyanide is falling out of your hair enough to kill the world. You were wondering what happened to all of that arsenic that was in the mail. It's in this lady's head. Now I get it. You'll get mad at me because I'm the sellout. Because I'd rather see a black woman with her natural hair than see a black woman with that tacky-yacky, that tacky-yacky, that tacky-yacky, that tacky-yacky. Shake that tacky-yacky. I'd rather see a black woman with her natural hair, but I've been told I was a sellout for this. I've been told that I hate my own mama and I hate myself because I bring this up. And yet, you look at how disgusting this looks underneath their hair, and they're trying to convince you that it's a protective hairstyle. What does it protect your hair from? First off, your hair gets no sun. It gets no air. You can't clean it, as you can see here. And it's not just her. I told y'all, if you ever go with your girl to see her get that crap taken out of her head and see how much of an old woman she looks like once they get it out, look like her hair is a whole Brillo pad. So instead of actually taking care of your hair, you'd rather use your hair as a linchpin for some European hair. And then they love to say, it ain't white women's hair. White women's hair is all limp. Don't nobody want no limp hair. You don't want your own hair. But you know what white women don't do? Go around and buy your hair or buy hair that mimics your hair. White women don't have to go around wearing a bonnet on their head because they are afraid of what their real hair look like. White women don't sit up there and get excited because they got mixed kid hair. White women don't go around.
You know, this is unfortunate, and I guess it's because I've been exposed to black women who do grow their own natural hair, and if they do wear weaves or braids or something like that, they get them done frequently enough, like literally every 30 days. I'm telling you, that's like the most I've seen a girl have the same hairstyle. I kid you not. And I guess it's because I'm not around like broke chicks or something. But yeah, this must be like a broke girl thing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, leave it in the comment section. Tell me if that's true, because I know a lot of black women who are in the shop every 2 weeks to a month, tops. Like literally most of them every 2 weeks, getting their hair redone, getting their hair washed, taken down. You know what I'm saying? Because for them, it is a protective style. That's why I wear my hair in braids a lot. Like you see me with braids. You know, whether it just be 1 or 2 or 4 or 20, you know, I put my hair in braids a lot because it is a protective way for your hair. You know what I'm saying? Not having to brush it every day, not having to comb it every day and put, you know, chemicals or heat on it every day. If you keep it braided up, it keeps it protected. But to have it braided down to the scalp and then have it covered up for 4 months, 6 months straight, that is absolutely foul and nasty. And if you're doing that, you need to stop. You need to stop and spend a little bit more time and energy learning how to do your own hair. If you can't afford to go get the weaves every 2 to 3 weeks or a month, then don't have it. And you're a lady. You should never be walking around with that much dandruff. Like, that's so gross. And just thinking, like, you know, some of these girls, they get on Instagram and they swinging their weaves and stuff around, and underneath it is some horrible, like he said, cyanide, arsenic, something that could kill you. Like, you know, so nasty. Like, that is, oh my gosh, my head is starting to itch just from seeing that.
I'm saying they got good hair because it's mixed hair. But you do. You use the phrases of good, and when you talk about good, it's talking about hair closer to theirs. You can't help but dye your hair honey blonde and blonde. You claim to be the blueprint. But when you look at that crap in this woman's head down there right now, look at it. Just look at this. Ugh. You ain't the blueprint, lady. You're the glueprint. That's right. A head full of glue, a head full of this disgusting stuff. You have to cut it off. You have to cut off the dead ends and split ends and dried up hair. That is insane. I don't think I could ever put my hand in somebody's hair like that. And remember, there's been videos of women who've had maggots in their hair when the hairdresser finally got the stuff out. You ever wonder why their hair smells like Davy Jones' locker? You ever wonder why their head smells like a Foot Locker? Why they have to have videos of telling you how to get the corn chip smell out of their head? And yet they'd still rather go through this process. And remember, they claim that this is more convenient. Convenient? By that logic, it's more convenient for me to take a shower with my drawers on and never take my drawers off. Just keep the drawers on for 4 months straight. That's right. If I took a shower with the same pair of drawers on for 4 months straight, and I actually took a shower and the water went over my drawers, y'all would still think I was sick. Well, they don't wash their hair for 4 months straight. They have stuff called waterless shampoo where they spray it every now and again. And again, that's how it comes out. And if you're trying to grow your hair, how come this woman is having to cut out whole chunks? Anyway, I don't mean to offend you. And I think
Yeah, I want to second that. This is not meant to be offensive to anybody. If it is, if this is you, just understand that he's not speaking a lie. Like, if you are going 4 months without getting your redone and washed, you are nasty. That's nasty. That's 100% nasty. You have cornrows, like braids to the scalp. You're not getting up under it. You're not moving the hair around. You're literally just spraying it with or putting that dry shampoo on top of it. That's not cleaning your hair. That's just stripping your hair of its oil. That's literally all it's doing, which is probably doing more damage at the end of the day. You're doing your hair more of a disservice at that point. Protective styles are braids. Protective styles are a quick weave that doesn't involve sewing it in your hair, because sewing it, believe it or not, can damage your hair too. So it's like, bro, like, braid your hair, put a cap on, wear a wig, and then that way you can just take it off at the end of the day and then wash your hair. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand. And my daughter has, a different grade of hair than me. So I'm definitely going to teach her about hair care. And believe it or not, her hair has grown so much over the last 4 years. Her hair gets washed once or twice a week, conditioned once or twice a week, combed out once or twice a week, because the kind of styles I give her are braids. And generally they can last up to a week, sometimes a little more than that. But even if I give her box braids and they may last 2 weeks, I still am cleaning her scalp. I'm going in and I'm shampooing between her braids and underneath and all of that. Shampooing the beads and all of that. Like, I wash her hair, whether she has braids in or not. Her hair is getting washed and conditioned and oiled. You have to take care of yourself. Like, black hair is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. But when it's in this state, like how this woman's hair looks, it looks dry, it looks unhealthy, it looks frizzy like a Brillo pad, like he just said. And it's not everybody's hair. It's when you don't know how to take care of it and all you do is throw stuff on top of it. You got black women that don't even know how to do box braids. You got black women that don't even know how to do anything but put their kids' hair in puffs and a barrette. And you black. And you got the same type of hair as your daughter. And here I am running around with hair 1,000% different than you. And somehow I'm able to learn how to do it. If I can learn how to do black hair, you can. He's absolutely right. And we need to stop the idea of the white supremacy and white people hair, this and that. Anybody can have beautiful hair. Every hair texture is beautiful when it's healthy and taken care of and full. You can have gray hair and it can be beautiful. You can have white hair and it be beautiful if it's full and if it's taken care of. I don't care what kind of hair you got. It could be curly, it could be coily, it could be straight, pin straight, like a Japanese person's hair. Hair can be beautiful if it is taken care of. But when it's matted and gross and not taken care of course it's going to be like nothing nobody wants. Of course it's going to be something you feel like you need to put a bonnet over. You're just paying somebody else to throw another type of hair on your head. And by all means, do what you want. Get whatever hairstyle you want, but don't neglect your own hair. Especially as a woman. You should be ashamed if you are anywhere near smelling like corn chips. What?
Me this. All you hair-hatted hooligans, you shouldn't get mad if you chose to help embrace white supremacy, to make your child feel like they are inferior to whites because of hair. The great thing about being a black man is we get to walk around looking like us. I can have my hair bald or have it out. When I was just a younger man, before I got old, I had a head full of hair. And I liked it. Because I like being black. But I get it. It's easy to deal with white hair. But remember, it's also easy to deal with white and non-black women. But y'all tell black men, you took the easy way out. She'll put up with your crap. Well, you took the easy way out. You can't put up with your scalp.
That was epic. He said, you took the easy way out. You can't deal with your scalp. Wow. And what could any black woman say to that? You know what I mean? At that point, like, if you are the type of person, excuse me, that's constantly wearing sew-ins of a hair that's different than your grade, of that naturally comes from your scalp, then you can't say nothing about anybody black dating outside their race, because you choose a hair grade that doesn't look like yours. Now, if you're going to get weaves or wigs of hairstyles that could be your hair, I got nothing to say about it, because there's plenty of people who experience hair loss. It's called alopecia. It's called getting older and just losing hair. It's called having cancer. Like, there's all kinds of things that people go through where they experience hair loss. And as long as you are getting a hair grade that looks like it could be yours, I got no problem with it. It's just when you see like dark-skinned women running around with like long blonde straight hair, like that doesn't look right. That never looks right. You know what I'm saying? That's like seeing a white blonde hair blue-eyed person throw on a black afro wig. Like, it's never gonna look right. It just looks out of place. You know what I mean? And that 100% does. I do not like blonde wigs on black women. Like, unless it's, you know, your own type of hair grade. Like, if you got curly hair, if you got coily hair, and you get a wig that's like that but just a different color, then maybe. But even the blonde just should not be anything that a darker skinned person chooses. I just personally don't think it looks right. And I understand that there are some people in somewhere in the world that got blonde hair like that, but it ain't you. So stop trying to act like you them. It looked right on them because it grows from their head. You know what I'm saying? And he's 100% right. We have got to start loving ourselves, and we have got to stop uplifting other things that are not us, because at that point we create insecurities, and we do it even in our children without us even knowing it. So like when your kid is watching you swing around, you know, weave and stuff like that, and then they watching the hair just stick straight up in the air, they're internalizing that what's pretty is hair that's flowy and moves around. You know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, I hate to even say it and admit it at this point, because I'm working on it, trust me, but my 4-year-old daughter, you know, she says to me the other day, because we were watching a music video, and I'll probably insert a small clip of it here.
Birds of a feather, we should stick together. I know I said I'd never think I wasn't better alone.
We were watching this music video, and she was like, I can't swing around in a chair like that because I don't have hair that flows like that. Or she said something like that, you know, to that degree. She was like, I don't have hair that moves like that or something. And she looks at me and she touches my hair and goes, but you have hair like that. And I'm like, God, she already notices a difference in hair. It doesn't matter how much time and how much energy I put into trying to make her hair look beautiful for her. She still notices that her hair is different than music videos and her mom's, you know what I mean? And to her, you know, I guess she thinks that the hair that kind of moves around a lot is more beautiful. And it makes me a little upset. And I try to encourage her. I'm like, look, your hair is beautiful. I love your hair. People love your hair. People are always complimenting her hair, believe it or not. It's just her own internalization. I don't know where she gets it from, because, I mean, again, like I'm constantly doing her hair, spending hours doing her hair and telling her how pretty she looks. And so does everyone, like her family, her grandparents, her father, her stepdad. Everybody tells her, like, after her hair's done, oh, you look so pretty. Your hair's so pretty. And yet somehow she still has that thought. And I don't know. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you do for your daughters to encourage them, because, you know, it's a little hard for me to figure out the right words, I guess, because I down my own hair sometimes. You know what I mean? We all down ourselves sometimes. You know, I down my weight, I down my hair, I down anything about myself sometimes. You know what I mean? I guess we all have insecurities, and I'm trying my hardest not to put that on my kids. Anyways, you guys, if you made it this far, I appreciate you so much. Don't forget, leave me a comment, tell me what you think. I appreciate it. And I guess I will see you next time.